Wow.
Not yet. Not yet. Sorry, I was a little early. Welcome back to Wayward Soles, the Double Tap In. Actually, at the Double Tap In, this is episode, as of this recording, episode 31.
It's amazing, isn't it? Wow. There we are.
And we're
Sorry,
it's a double wow.
I had a premature wow.
It happens. It happens on the show.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
When the topic's good, it does.
Yeah. Yeah. And this one, I'm not quite sure.
I'm not either.
Yeah.
I'm conflicted.
Yeah. Before we get into that, can we talk about last episode? He who shall not be named.
Our special needs child.
Yeah. It actually wasn't bad.
No.
I give him credit.
He came into the shit show.
Yeah.
And
completely unaware of what was going to happen.
Yeah. And did well. And handled the situation pretty well. And again, it's, he had Miss Sarah. And
did a great job with her too.
I'm gonna tell you, I'll give the boy props.
Yeah.
He's a good dad.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
I've been around him doing cooks when he's had her, and even not. He's a good dad.
Yeah, I believe
it's probably the best thing he does because it's barbecue shit. So
it can't be all that bad. He uses your spices,
right? If I want to say it's shit, damn it, it's shit.
I changed it. I changed it. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. You might have done something a little different, but you didn't change it.
The only reason you used salt and pepper that one time was because you ran out of gunpowder. Yeah. I know the story behind that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what's got us conflicted today?
You follow our social media, we post a lot of different food. And in doing that, because we post food, we get food in our feed. That's how that shit works. Deep fried brisket. Now, the way this dude did it was he deep fried it and then smoked it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm conflicted.
Yeah.
I don't think that deep frying it first was the way to go. And I'll tell you right up front, the end product.
End product looked good.
Yeah. End product looked fantastic. Yeah. But I think you're defeating the purpose when you let's back up. He takes a full-size packer brisket, he throws it into a deep fryer, he deep fries it, pulls it out, and then throws it on the smoker and does his smoking process normally.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say.
Or finishes it off.
On the smoke. So immediately the first thing I think of is, why are you going to deep fry it and then smoke it? Shouldn't you do it the other way around? Shouldn't you smoke it first and get it close to finish, then give it
dunk it
and give it that crisp outer part, for lack of a better term. Finish it, give it nice crisp, and lock that juice in there with the frying process. Again, wasn't there, I didn't try it, I don't know, but I'm already thinking, I think I can do that better.
Mm-hmm.
So now, what have I got to do?
It sounds like we got to go to Sam's Club.
Got to go to Sam's Club and get another brisket. Damn it. I hate it when that happens. So do a little test run.
Yeah.
That's on my to-do list, along with about a dozen other things that I've seen because of TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook Reels. They're driving me absolutely insane.
Yeah.
But
that was a big frying pot too.
Yeah, it was.
You figure you got to get the length of the brisket.
Yep. So he folded it.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think
it shriveled up like
that. Huge. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I've got my turkey fryer isn't the stand. I have a stand, but I also have a basket, and I've been using the basket quite a bit when I'm frying my chickens and frying my turkeys and all that kind of stuff. So as I'm doing it, I'm envisioning put it inside the basket.
I think you could maybe wrap.
Yeah.
Fold it around
and dunking it.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, part of the logistical thinking that I have when it comes to this kind of shit is, how far can I take it on the smoker?
Yeah.
Without it starting to fall apart
when you fold it. I think you leave it on there, you get a good smoke. I think it stays super low.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and let it smoke as long, maybe to the point where you would wrap it.
Yeah. Yep. And that process was.
Yeah.
We discussed a couple episodes ago about changing the way you think and that kind of thing about how your smoking process. I think this is one of those times where you really need to do that. Maybe even do 180 to get a good level of smoke on it, because you're really not worried about developing the bark because you're going to fry it anyway. But you do want it to be internal temperature wise. You do want it to be on one of the upper
That's
limits,
true.
so you're not dunking, the 16 pound of meat in that oil for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
And I know when we talked about doing the prime rib, dunking the prime rib, it was I think I may have said 7 minutes a pound, but I believe Dale corrected me and said it was 9 minutes a pound, or vice versa, whatever it was. But so that's
from raw.
That's from raw. Yep,
Yeah.
That's from raw, room temperature raw. So this is something you have to tinker with, I think.
Yeah.
From already having it, maybe getting it to 165, 170.
Yeah.
To the point where it's not going to fall apart when you pick it up. You still have the firmness, but then you can.
It has some of that pliability where you can move it a little bit. Yeah.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And what I'll do, we discussed in the previous episode, I'm going to try to get better about my social media, so I can correlate these videos that we're sharing. So when the podcast comes out on that Monday or that Thursday, that's going to be my story or my post for that day to go along with the podcast announcement, and that way you folks can see what we're talking about.
Yeah,
because some of the stuff we're coming across is just, it's unique as shit.
Yeah, some of it you're like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's
right.
a terrible idea.
Yeah, exactly.
And then there's some where it's like,
very interesting.
Yeah.
The bacon wrap Oreos got me.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that was last week. I can't remember when it was.
You just sent the one about the Nutter Butters.
Yeah.
With the banana wrapped in bacon.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I
just
the banana. I don't know about that. The rest of it, I'm all.
It had chocolate in it. Didn't have.
Did it have a little piece of chocolate?
I think it had a piece of.
Was it the Nutter Butter, chocolate, and banana wrapped in bacon?
Yes, and I believe my comment was, "How in the hell do you keep the chocolate in it without the chocolate melting?"
Hopefully, the bacon kind of
just absorb. Hopefully, the
cookie
absorb some.
Yeah.
All that, because that's the only thing I'm thinking logistically. Again, there's that word logistically. Damn it,
fucking mess.
Yeah, exactly right. I don't want that shit. I don't want burnt chocolate on my smoker.
Yeah,
hell, just yeah. People are smoking everything.
Yeah, see a lot of
figuratively, literally.
Yeah, seen a lot of I guess they call them the Texas shotgun shells.
Yeah.
But I think
another thing on my list of 800 items.
Yeah, I think there's like, what's the official Texas shotgun shell? Is that in the manicotti pasta tube?
I don't think so. I think
that's the pepper.
I think it's the pepper.
It all sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly right.
Yeah.
I think it's the shotgun shell is starting to get anything you stuff and throw on the smoker is getting the moniker of shotgun shell. Yeah. Damn. Salivating again.
Yeah. Rachel went to the store the other day. She wanted the big peppers, big bell peppers, but couldn't find them. So she just got the little ones. And that's what I've done in the past with a little cream cheese.
Yep.
And some shredded cheese. And those are right tasty.
So I'm pretty sure we discussed the purchase of the RV.
Yeah. It's not here.
So it's not here. It's having, because of its age, it had a couple of windows that clouded up.
Spot day.
It's getting a spot.
It's a spot day.
It's over at Delmarva Auto Glass. Shout out to Mike Earls and CJ over at Delmarva Auto Glass. He got me hooked up, and it's over there getting fixed. When we purchased the RV, the gentleman is 90 years old, and he had recently lost his wife. That whole story. So, and it was loaded with shit. Tools, extra parts, clothes, and food. Now they're an Italian family.
Any meatballs in there?
Noodles.
Lots of noodles.
Lots of noodles.
Lots of
mean,
noodles.
and part of it were the manicotti shells. And when you mentioned that, just that second, I went ding ding because we got like 6 boxes.
Oh hell yeah!
So guess what's coming? And
I love it.
It just that fast. You need certain things to click that brain, and that did it. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Hell yeah.
Fair enough.
Give it the college try.
Yep, absolutely will.
Yeah.
And that was something else that I wanted to mention. We talked about Q in a previous episode and the pellets. And another previous episode, everybody knows that I sold my 2 big trailer smokers. And I think I was just getting burnt out. I think I was getting burnt out. And I think the bigger cooks was burning stuff out because now that I still have the little 48 Lang, which is right there.
Yep.
But again, it's an offset, or not offset, it's a reverse flow, but it's wood fed. So every 20 minutes you're having to touch it. You're having to do something. I have been burning the shit out of this pit boss for the past pellet. 2 weeks.
You just load that fucker up and let her go.
Dude, I'm rediscovering why I was doing.
You're going to change the double tap into lazy Q.
Telling you,
not
man.
Actually Q that we're talking about.
Right. Yeah. Right. I'm telling you, it is last night, bratwurst.
Oh yeah.
It almost, it's reigniting my passion again, which is what I needed to get back into the swing of things. Now, obviously, this is all transpired over the past couple of months. Me selling the big smokers and that sort of stuff, but I think I said previously that I hadn't used the pit boss in 2 years. Well, that wasn't true. I went through some stuff and looked on my social media, and what I'd been 4 years.
Oh, wow.
I hadn't used my pit boss in 4 years.
Wow.
And got it cleaned up, got her running back again. Enough so that, like I said a couple episodes ago, I ordered 120 pounds of freaking pellets.
Hell yeah.
So, and that goes on top of the starter bag. I hadn't had pellets in I've resorted to using my pellets to starting my wood stove. Just to give you an idea of how bad things were around here with a pellet smoker. I haven't had a bag of pellets in well over a year because I had big bags, and I just go out to the double tap and get me a little bucket full of pellets, put it next to the wood stove, and put a handful down, squirt my starter on it, and set it on fire. And it made life starting my wood stove so much easier.
Yeah.
But that's
now you're going to have 120 pounds of it. You can still do that.
Do whatever the hell I want. Yeah, right. So, but it's getting my passion back.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just need easy and simple.
Yeah.
And the flavor's still there. I said before that I can tell the difference between using an offset, using a reverse flow, using pellets and all that. And believe it or not, I'm to the point right now, I don't care. It's still,
why would you?
It's still tasty. It's still good. I'm still doing barbecue. I have absolutely no problem with any of it. And
I can guarantee you throw a brisket on your pellet, you throw a brisket on your Lang, and when they come off, you're going to eat the shit out of both of them.
That's fact. That's a fact.
Like, and you're going to be more well rested.
That's
when it comes off of that one.
And that was part of the problem, not the problem. It's part of the process with the trailers. You take an ass whipping for 14, 16 hours. You take an ass whipping.
Yeah.
So then you have to have the next day, you're either processing what you've smoked. So now you're taking an ass whipping the second day from the ass whipping you got from the first day. And then you have a recovery period. And it was just beating the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I mean, just plain and simple.
Yeah.
Loved it. Don't get me wrong. Loved doing it, the whole 9 yards, but the recovery, and Jennifer is the one who noticed it. She said, your recovery time isn't what it used to be. And of course, now that I've had shoulder surgery. It wasn't going to happen for 6 or 8 months anyway.
Yeah.
To get back into it. So it was the right time for me to move forward from that. And now I'm glad I did. I had a little seller's remorse to start with.
Yeah, rightly so.
Especially with the second one.
Yeah.
Because that took me out of the game completely.
Yeah.
And
it's nice to know that the legend and the heritage lives on through Double Tap South.
That's right. 100% does. Thank God. Yeah. Anyhow.
Moving on.
We're just going to skip right over that.
Yeah.
But anyhow, getting back into the smoking and finding the passion. And again, I've only done 4 or 5 things now on the Pit Boss. But eating was peaceful.
Yeah.
It was just, and that's the best way to put it. There was no stress involved. It wasn't hard work. It wasn't any of that. No, I didn't even have to fill the hopper up to cook them.
No.
You know what I mean? It was what I had left over.
And you compare that to when I was growing up, we always had the black Weber grill.
Yeah.
Like even that. And we had some great food. There's no comparison in the burgers and dogs, just steaks that come off of that versus the pellet grill.
Correct.
The biggest change in my cooking has been using the meat thermometer.
Yes.
Not the device that I'm cooking on.
Correct.
Because I think you get I think everything is better coming off of that charcoal, that wood. And I don't think anybody's going to disagree with that.
Yep.
But you gotta get the fire going. You gotta get it once it's hot. You gotta get the coals right, and then you're messing with it. You're messing with the airflow. You gotta watch the hot spots. You gotta do all this kind of shit. I turn my grill on. I set it for the temperature I want. Once it's there, I put my meat on it, and then when it's done, I take my meat off, and then I turn it off.
It's
like
something to be said for it.
Yeah. Now the cooking process is much easier, but the thing that we haven't talked about is the maintenance of the rest of it.
Right.
And again, it doesn't matter if we're talking about the Lang, the Pit Boss,
That's
the
correct.
SS Tetanus, the Weber, whatever it is, you have to maintain
That's
it.
correct.
If you're going to continue to use it, and if you're not going to maintain it, then you just know that you're going to buy the $500 grill every so often.
Yeah, that's right.
So
that's right.
Now, having said that, the smoker that we have, the Camp Chef that we have, needs a lot of love because, again, it's so easy that it's like, well, I need to sand it down, I need to prime it, I need to paint it, I need to do this, I need to do that. But that doesn't stop I need to cook this, I need to cook that.
Correct. Yep.
So I'm hoping that the Blackstone is enough of a transition that I can give the Camp Chef the love that it needs and get that back to where it should be.
And once you put the time and effort into it, it's going to give you another 2 or 3 years without having to do that again, other than your general cleaning.
Yeah.
But how old is your Camp Chef? Because I know it wasn't new to you.
Yeah. But it wasn't that old prior to me. It was probably like 4 years old, 5 years old.
Okay.
So not that old. And they knew when this line came out that there was a problem with the paint and the metal and the corrosion and all this kind of stuff. So I would be surprised if, again, just a normal wear and tear, people not taking care of it. Like, again, somebody buys it as a grill. If that batch of grills, I'd be interested to see how many were sold, how many are still running, that kind of stuff.
Right. Yeah. So Camp Chef has come a long way. I never really considered them. Didn't know that much about them, to be fair.
Yeah.
And now they've
stepped it up.
They've really stepped it up. And they've got and again, I'll mention Jeff Coates again from Pit Boss Waterfowl. He has a brand new Woodwind, I believe is the name of it.
Oh, I don't know.
And
I know I've seen him. He started tagging us in the stuff that he's doing, which is awesome. But I haven't seen I haven't paid enough attention to see what he's
it is. He did the party ribs,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
that's I don't know if that was the first thing he did on it. It may have been.
Not a bad first.
No, not at all.
Mm-mm.
And again, he undersold it.
Yeah.
He said they were good, all that kind of stuff, but again, undersold. But to look at his Camp Chef, now he had a pit boss for pit boss. He had
Mhm.
a couple of them. Then he had a previous Camp Chef, and now he has this one. And the difference between his first one and this one is visible.
Oh, I believe.
Now, obviously, I've not touched it. I've not been out to his place in a couple months, but was sent just before my surgery, and he didn't have it then. But I haven't put my hands on it. But just the appearance wise,
Mhm.
it looks so much better. It
I
looks so
believe it.
much different.
Yeah.
So again, at this point, and my the chief of animal control, Glenn Grandstaff, he has an older Camp Chef, might be several years old, and he uses his quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And so again, there's 3 folks right there that I know that have them, and
Yeah.
everybody seems to be real happy with them. So again, if it's something you're in the market for, certainly give.
The buddy I got mine from, when he was going through the warranty process with his, they no longer made that model, so he got the next model up, and from what I saw, it's a very nice setup.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Yeah. Kind of go back to that, and I know I mentioned this when we talked about the different types of smokers and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Sam's Club, have you seen their pellet smoker?
I have.
And the induction burner on the side?
Yes.
That's for the price and for the size, it's worth looking at.
Yep.
Like before I buy it, I want to put my hands on it. I want to give it a real good look and
see
all
what the
that.
quality of steel is, and
but that's a giant grill. It's a nice setup for a great price.
Yeah,
if the quality is there.
Again, I say it all the time. People are actually surprised that I say it so much. I've gotten some feedback on it. Just do it.
Tell people to fuck off.
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Now,
but they're not surprised by that.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
But just do it. They're surprised that I'm not this set in stone offset guy or reverse flow guy or whatever. I just want you to do barbecue.
Yeah. Cook something. Yeah. And truth be told, you really don't care how they do it.
No. No, not at all. The only thing I really give a shit about, 2 things. Using a binder.
I don't give a shit about it.
And fucking sauce.
Sauce, I can. We're on the same page there. Yeah. Taste it first.
Yeah.
Or if there's a sauce that's associated with it.
Yep.
That's fair game.
Yep. Absolutely.
Taste it first, and then use that sauce.
Yep. Yeah, I had to throw the binder.
Oh, I don't care. Have at it. I just saw where they did a Duke's mayo on a brisket.
Yes.
I am all about some Duke's mayo on a pork shoulder. I don't know if I can put Duke's mayo on a brisket.
When I saw it, I obviously went into the whole, if you want to call it a binder, what the fuck ever. You don't need a binder, whatever. But then I got thinking about, here we are changing our ways. When you're done the process and you're going to smack that fucker on a piece of bread, what are you putting on it?
Mayo.
It's exactly what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
And I went, well, shit. Damn it. Now, am I actually going to admit this? Or am I just going to tuck it? No, this is our podcast and I'm going to speak freely. And if you can see me change my ways, then you'll see me change my ways. But I thought that's something I might have to try.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. It's just,
yeah.
Is it appealing? Not necessarily.
I can tell you the grossest part of cooking and smoking meats for me is when I do a pork shoulder and I'm going to use mayo as the binder, putting it on. That is absolutely disgusting. I don't know what it is about it, because I've seen and done some disgusting things. I've helped deliver a baby, which was one of the coolest, top 3 coolest things in my life. Obviously, the first 2 of the births of my children.
Yeah.
To see this kid come into the world and to be directly responsible for that child and its care until we got to the hospital. One of the coolest things I've ever done. But that's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking disgusting.
Yep. So
and shout out to my boy Travis Hearn, who was the catcher that day. My boy, he's fucking legit. Love that guy.
So what'd you have for lunch or dinner after the call?
That
it wasn't cottage cheese, was it?
It was not cottage cheese. Just checking. If you come to Ocean City Fire Department on an A shift at headquarters for dinner, it's if it's not in a wrap or a tortilla, then we're all off.
Yeah. Quinn goes off.
Well, so if it's not in a wrap or a tortilla, somebody or like most of us are off, and we're probably going to serve it in a boat.
Yeah,
in like one of those food boats. So you come to dinner with us. Be prepared. That's what you're having. Yeah. No, I don't even remember what we had for dinner that night because it was just after lunchtime, I think.
As long as it wasn't cottage cheese or yogurt or something like that.
No,
you were all right.
Yeah, we were pretty good. Yeah, we had. I'll never forget this. Kid is born, doing fine. I disconnect something from the cardiac monitor to put it on the kid, but I didn't tell Travis. So he sees the vitals start going crazy. He's taking care of the mom. I'm taking care of the kid. And he looks up and you see just, did you? I was like, I'm sorry, buddy. I moved some stuff around. We're good. and then our poor
goes from the monitor to the patient, monitor to patient.
Yeah. And then the poor guy driving us, we told him, you go as fast as this thing will go, get us to the hospital, and by no means do you stop. Okay. He's a freshman or sophomore in college. Great kid. Thought he wanted to be a PA or a doctor or something like that. Has since realized that's not what he wants to do. But an absolutely great kid. So we've done now the hard part, right? So now we're taking care. Travis and I are kind of like, hey, this is easy now, right? Yep. But nobody told our buddy up front. Still going mock Jesus. So I walk up holding the baby. I was like, hey, buddy.
We're good.
Yeah. Like locked in. Everything's okay. We delivered the baby. The baby's fine. The mom's fine. You can slow down a little bit. Okay. I was like, slow down a little bit. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got it now.
Yeah.
So we were wearing your seatbelt? No, because my ass had a clamp on my seat. I wasn't going to have a damn seatbelt.
Yeah. Holy cow. Yeah. But I don't remember what we had. But putting the mayo for some reason on a pork shoulder is absolutely disgusting.
And welcome to our thought process. We go from mayonnaise on brisket to delivering kids back to mayonnaise on brisket.
Yeah. That brisket I have at home, I haven't done. I don't know the last time I smoked a brisket. It's not getting mayo.
Right.
Like I can't. Yeah. Like that's going to be one like, hey, look, there's another one on sale. I'll pick this up. We'll coat this fucker in mayo and see how this goes.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I want to do it, because now that I'm looking forward to smoking shit again, I'll give it a whirl. And I just happen to have Duke's mayonnaise and gunpowder.
The only kind of you got that gunpowder plus?
I have the gunpowder plus.
Is that like a thing? Like, does everybody know?
No.
Okay.
I have not made a large batch yet, but we have the recipe.
Okay.
And it will not take me long to make a big batch. So by the time this comes out, yes, plus P will be a thing. I have the ingredients. I have everything I need to do.
So here's a question for you: do you make a big batch of the plus P?
Yes.
Or do you just? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So here's the thing about making seasoning. I have made seasoning. I have made banging boar dust following my base recipe in a large batch, and it tastes like shit.
Oh.
The reason being is when you have certain, and I don't know what ingredient it was too much of that ingredient.
Gotcha.
So if I stick with the 20 poundish range, it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get over that,
It's fine.
It's fun. It's just fun. So we're in the stage now where I'm building bigger batches and bigger batches and bigger batches to make sure, let's just say, for example, the pepper I'm using, the hot pepper I'm using, doesn't overpower the whole batch when you get to a certain level.
Right.
Which I believe that's what transpired with the banging board dust when I made the big batch. I think that's exactly what happened. But so that's where we are now. I'm making all small batch right now. And when I say small batch, it's a couple of pounds and that's it. Basically because of the pepper that I'm using, I'm kind of terrified of it right now.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
But we've been doing the testing. I'm going to tell you something, man. When you're testing spices, it sucks.
Yeah.
Because you're eating so much meat that you've spiced up.
Absolutely terrible.
And you have to cook it. So you're just eating so much meat. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Now, so if you want to make donations for our meat supply, that's fine. You can do that. You can Venmo me. It's all good.
Yeah. Hit us up on our social media.
Yeah.
Now I will say, talking with Gringo about making the chimichurri and testing that to make sure that is the flavor that you want. When I tried to make it, he's like, you can only taste it like 2 or 3 times. So get it where you think is close, because the salt, the garlic, it blows your flavor palette out.
Sure does.
And then you're not tasting anything different after that. So
yeah, he's right.
So what do I do when I make my chimichurri? Is I make a phone call.
Yeah.
Hey, Gringo. Yeah, buddy. Can I get some chimichurri?
So
that's how I make mine.
I make guacamole.
I'm a slut for some avocados.
And I suck at that. Went to Dale's house. And Dale he did it here. Didn't even go to his house. He did it here. And he made guacamole. And I was watching him make it. And I went, again, as we've said before, that is shit simple.
Yeah.
And it was the best guacamole I've ever had. And since then, yeah.
I used to go.
Fantastic.
I love some guacamole. Mm-hmm. I used to go crazy with like dicing my tomatoes and dicing the onion and garlic and all this shit. I don't do that anymore.
No.
I take my avocado, some salt, some pepper, some garlic, some onion powder, mix that shit up, a little bit of lime juice, and I'm done. Like
he uses the avocado. He minces up a little bit of onion. He uses a spoonful or 2 from a can of Rotel.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Yep. And he'll correct me if I've said this wrong. Salt, pepper.
Sorry, we got a month to wait.
So. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. So it's fantastic. And then now Jennifer, when she goes to the store, almost every time, I can guarantee there's going to be an avocado or 2, and I keep Rotel on hand, and I will mix up a batch of guacamole to go with the tacos we're having to do.
Fucking anything.
Whatever, because we're doing tacos quite often. We've it's something that we can both have and not jack our diets up a whole lot. We're good to go. Works out pretty well.
Yeah, I think we're doing chicken tacos tonight.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you smell what we're having?
I saw it in the crock pot. I stopped to take a look and I kept moving. I didn't recognize it though. What do you got there?
That's Mississippi pot roast. Yeah.
What are you doing in it? Like beef?
So, yep.
Okay.
So, ironically, my post today on Instagram is guess what this is, and it shows basically the big slab of chuck roast with a stick of butter across the top, because why the fuck not?
That's what the recipe calls for.
Yeah. It calls for it, and
you don't want to do it. You have to do it.
Yeah, I have to. The instructions say.
Yeah.
So I posted. And in my goddamn Instagram feed for suggestions, it has Mississippi pot roast using a pork butt.
All right, yeah.
I went,
I think we talked about
son of a bitch. Yeah, we talked about
we talked about doing chicken thighs.
Chicken thighs,
which
were what I remember.
Absolutely amazing. But I think we talked about doing a Mississippi pot roast with a pork butt.
And we may have.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't always remember shit.
Yeah, I don't have a TBI, and I fucking don't remember shit.
If I had known that before I put that chuck roast in, I'd have done pulled pork.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, I have plethora. And for those of you who are in the fire EMS service, plethora means a lot.
Or Noah.
And I have a plethora of pork butts out in the double tap in freezer. So I've been trying to use them, and that would have been perfect, without a doubt.
You just have to do it again.
Damn it!
It sounds terrible.
Damn it!
Sounds terrible.
Just need more pepperoncinis. I just used my last can of pepperoncinis.
That's right. They make them every day.
Yes, they do. There's some little Hispanic dude running around somewhere stuffing them fuckers in a jar.
Yep.
And I'm okay with that.
Absolutely okay with it.
Oh shit! Look at the time.
Look at the time. Well, that's
On
the
that
end
note.
That's the end of this episode. So thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the show. I don't even remember what we talked about.
I don't have any idea.
We're gonna put in the title for this show. I don't know because I really don't know. It's welcome to the show. If this is their first episode, this is how they all are.
Yep. ADHD at its finest.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed it. Like Michael has mentioned before, like, follow, and share us as much as you can. The more that you guys share it, the more reach that it gets. And we've reached out to a couple people that are big in barbecue, and to see if they want to join us. So maybe if we share the shit out of these episodes, they see it and they say, "Huh, let me go back and see," and they hit us up and they come on and join us. So if not, just share it or watch it and drop us a line. If you have something for us, waywardsouls88@gmail.com. We haven't done an airing of the grievances recently, so that'll be on the next day.
Yep, absolutely.
So again, thank you guys for everything, and we'll see you guys soon.